I used to think living on a tropical island was a luxury only for the rich, something ordinary people like me could never afford. Turns out, it's much easier and much cheaper than I thought. It's not about being rich at the end, it's about changing how you look at life. And once I changed the perspective, the dream became real. Last year, I burned out at my sales job and quit, without any plan, for the first time in my life. Honestly, it felt scary. I was stepping out of my comfort zone into the unknown. But it paid off and opened a new door. I found a job I immediately fell in love with, as a snowmobile guide in Lapland. Imagine driving through the Arctic forest, snowflakes falling slowly on your face, shiny stars glowing in the dark sky, and then, out of nowhere, the northern lights appear, moving, dancing, changing colors. A magical experience, a bucket list dream for many, and my new office. What could go wrong? Well, it was a seasonal job, and it lasted only about 5 months before melting away with the warm rays of spring. Once I got back to Prague, reality hit me. No income, rent was rising, my savings, enough for maybe 6 months of just existing, not even counting sinking funds or emergencies. I even caught myself thinking, if I keep living like this, what happens to me when I'm 70? Am I going to starve under the bridge? I knew I had to find a different way to live, but I didn't want just another desk job to survive. And honestly, the feeling of coming back to the office after all of these northern experiences made me feel very uncomfortable. Uncertainty started to affect my health. I needed sun and vitamin D before the winter darkness took over. In Kiruna, the sun doesn't rise for about a month, so it wasn't just an organic hipster excuse. Traveling somewhere warm stopped feeling crazy. It felt necessary. So I asked ChatGPT, where can I live under 600 euros a month? Somewhere sunny, with a beach, yoga, and a relaxed lifestyle. That's how I ended up in Thailand. I have a sea 2 minutes walk from here. Fresh fruit, cheap and very tasty food, accommodation, and even a bike. All that for 600 euros a month. Feels like I won this life. In Prague, that would barely cover a small apartment. So yes, even on a modest budget, you can create your dream life. But here's the twist. With all this free time, new questions started to appear. What do I really want? How much money do I actually need? What am I spending it on? And why? It hit me. Money is relative, and happiness can't be bought. Happiness is being present, creating, sharing, loving, doing what you care about. For each of us, it looks different, but usually it costs far less than we think. So, here I am, still figuring it out. I don't have all the answers, but I know this. You don't need to be rich to design a life you love. Sometimes all it takes is asking a different question, looking at things from a new angle, and taking small steps towards your version of freedom. So, if money wasn't an issue, how would you choose to live?